Hey, what's up guys? Professor Tom, I'm here with Shane. We're gonna have a look today at a side control survival and escape guide. I'm gonna try to give you some mental, physical hacks and techniques and just overall directions and principles that will help you not only survive side control, but actually learn to enjoy the art of getting out, because it's one of the best problems you can solve in jiu-jitsu. So let's have a look. Side control sucks. Everyone knows it. So why does it suck? Pressure. So how do we alleviate pressure? Try not to use your wrists, because it's just going to push into your shoulder and it's really weak. And your hands are tied up and trapped. There's wrist locks that you can go for. So what I like to tell people is, if you know side control is coming, get your elbows in the right position. What is the right position? Between you and their body weight. So if Shane backs away now, you imagine his spine is coming down here, across. I want to try to bring my elbows up so that he lands with using my humerus here as a support. It's very important to understand, guys, that if I go too high, he could get me in a head and arm choke. Too low, he squishes in anyway, okay? Optimal, his pressure is offset. So if he puts all of his weight through me now and my elbows are in position, I can hold him up easily. But you might be thinking, well, that's just because I weigh 220 and he's a lot lighter than me. But if Shane is down, he can do the same thing. If his elbows are too low, it's bad. Too high, even worse. But in the middle, he can hold my full 220, no problems, because it's lined up, okay? So that's a really important thing. But we also then want to line up our torsos. So you feel like you're going to be side control from this side. I'm not only going to lift my elbows up, I'm going to face Shane. So if I'm here with Shane, this is pretty good hand position, okay? I've got one elbow and forearm blocking the hip, one mitigating pressure on his throat. I'm trying to face it. Guys, if you just try to do a hip escape, like go and move your body and bring your knee in, you are going to have no luck, okay? Understand, let's just rotate a little bit here. Understand that I have one goal, ready? Left elbow to touch my left knee. So obviously his body is in the way at the moment. So I need to use my right foot on the ground to move my butt away till it comes through and can touch my knee. Once it touches my knee will now replace that elbow and I'll pull him back into a closed guard. Again, guys, really trying to redefine what a hip escape is. It isn't bridging up and moving out, bring a knee. No, it's connecting our left knee to our left elbow. Once we understand that, we can always make it happen. So, left elbow, left knee's in. My left knee is up already. Why? It stops him from getting to mount. And now I have to move my hip out and under till my knee comes through. So even if he holds me tight with no space, okay, he brings his knees up nice and tight, so I can't get back to guard. Even your left knee, Shane, you can bring up. Very good. So from this position here, I can do the same thing. I might just now need to give him a little bump, boom, to get my knee through. But now once it's through, I'll pull him back in to guard. So that's one of our most basic escapes. You've all known that. Everyone learns that on their first lesson of jiu-jitsu. But ultimately, we now want to start putting a few realities in place, assuming you can't do that, okay? So when I'm down here with Shane like this, not only can I use my left knee to come through, but sometimes my left knee won't come all the way through. It only goes past one of his femurs. So if I'm here and I start turning out and it comes through just one, I can't get it all the way through. It's only come through just past one leg. Now my other leg comes over, snags it, and I hold on to one of Shane's legs, and I would seek to get an underhook on this side and turn up. So I can get him into a half guard. Remember guys, to get to half guard from side control is twice as easy as getting to full guard. Again, from here, if Shane's here, I can only get my knee past one of his legs. I snag it with the other leg, and now I look to hold and get my underhook on this side. From here, I can go to a full guard now when I'm ready, or of course play half guard. But now let's start looking at other escapes. So let's start having a look at alternate hand positions. One of the ones you'll hear preached most often is the underhook. I love underhooks, okay? So my right hand can come under Shane's armpit. This underhook position is really valuable, but just make sure if you get this underhook position, you don't leave that elbow up in the air, otherwise he can go to a Kesugatami position. So I want you to make sure you keep that elbow low if you have an underhook. Now from this position, I can do all my same escapes. Bridging up, getting my knee through, getting it halfway through, and snagging his leg to half guard. And one of the best moves I like to teach white belts to develop explosive escapes is to use your forearm to block the knee, and I bridge up and over this side, and I put him all the way over to his back in side control. When it works, it is fantastic. When it doesn't, it is also fantastic at creating space. So, from this position, if I try to roll Shane over, he doesn't go, it'll be pretty easy just to put him back into a half or closed guard. So finally now we have to start saying, what if he has an underhook on us? What if our arms are out of position, etc.? So if he's got an underhook and crossface on us like this, we're in a bit of trouble, guys. But it's not fully over, okay? When people have got you like this, I like to think that you've got two great options to use. The first is block and use my bicep on his head to go for that same bridging roll we did before. Whether you try to roll him, whether you try to create the space and get back to guard, all good results. However, there's another escape. When he's got underhook crossface on me, my left hand here, I always want the elbow in, but sometimes he gets under that elbow too. And this, you're really screwed here, okay? So if you get here, you've really got to get your elbows back. But of course, it's not always easy. So I'm just going to show you one cool move you guys can try, and this is easier than you think, okay, that I learned from Carlos Machado, my coach. I'm going to push his head down and pinch his arm here between my ear and shoulder, okay? Once I've done that, guys, you've got to understand, I can't just push his head with my tricep. It's just not strong enough. I've got to move my hip back. So let's watch how this might look. He's got me here, I can't get this elbow in. I'm going to push, and I'm going to move, and I'm going to move, and I'm going to move, and I'm pinching his arm between my shoulder and my ear. And I'm pushing his head down. And now I roll, lift my hips up, and I roll, and I take underhook, crossface, side control. If Shane wanted to do this to me now, he'd push my head down towards my hip, pinching, and he turns to his belly, he rolls me over, and look what position he's in. So we could actually do this as an infinity drill forever. But that's a really good one to keep in the back pocket for the rainy day when the guy has side controlled you so good, you just can't do anything else. So I would just leave you guys with this, and this is the most important part, I think, of this video. Side control can be used as a problem that needs to be solved, or you can view it like a crossword puzzle, a hard crossword puzzle, one that will challenge you, one that when you learn how to complete it, will be incredibly rewarding. And I think in jiu-jitsu, the rewards come from the challenges. The higher quality challenges, the higher quality outcomes and rewards. And side control is certainly a challenge, which means it'll certainly be rewarding when you learn to study and solve that problem and actually turn it around. And the beauty is, once you learn how to solve it, you learn how to control people better too, because you know their tricks to get out. So, happy side control escaping. It's gonna be hard, but let's have some fun along the way. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Professor Tom. Thanks to Shane for helping today. And don't forget, guys, the grapplingacademy.com. We've got a ton of free stuff and full-length courses. All of our awesome stuff's on there. Have a look, sign up, it's free. And you guys can follow me on social media at TomDavyBJJ. I look forward to seeing you guys around on the circuit sometime. Happy rolling.